Chat, here we go. We got Surf back on the stream. We had Surf originally on when he played Scrub Killer in a best of 7 for $250. While Surf played Scrub, he won the best of 5 had it been a best of 5, but Scrub clutched up, won the last 2 games as he is very well known to do, and ended up taking the prize. Now we're going to test him against LuiisP. LuiisP has been grinding a lot of RLCS recently, so we haven't had him on the stream for a while, but he's back now. And he's currently rated number 7 in the world. Surf sits at number 26 in the world. So I think LuiisP is the favorite coming into this. Looking at chat's predictions, they seem to agree, and we'll see if Surf can put up a good fight as he side flips this ball after dropping it to the ground. Got Surf to backpedal and keep him out of position. LuiisP flick is saved. You guys saying that you can't end submissions because back in his betting it, should be able to end submissions, right? If they haven't already. LuiisP a second goal. I'm going to watch this replay here because I was staring at the chat. Just nice dribble hook shot. Ooh, crossbar down. Wow. Filthy placement by LuiisP. Surf is going to need to get something going soon. By the way, LuiisP is in the wagon wheels again today. Somebody in chat asked for it. I don't know if LuiisP saw or if he just was going to play wagon wheels either way. But he probably plays them about half the time. Past couple show matches he's played, and I actually think he wasn't in the wagon wheels. Surf, you got to be able to clean that up. Can't be giving free ones like this to LuiisP. Thank you, Josaki, for the Prime for 4 months. Appreciate it. It's going to be tough to take down a guy like LuiisP. And you're certainly not going to be doing it when giving away free possessions. It's going to take almost near perfect execution. LuiisP, air dribble bump doesn't connect. Surf needs to pinch. I bet you tried to pinch with LuiisP there because he could have gotten a long shot. Both of them low on boost. And if he could use LuiisP as a backboard to shoot the shot off of, he might have been able to just long shot snipe it into the net. Instead, LuiisP handles the 50, gains control, and then does almost the exact opposite. Pinches it with Surf off the wall and directly into the net. LuiisP letting this ball fall to the ground. Surf has not been able to stop almost any LuiisP attack and turn it into a possession for himself. All of these have resulted in Luis goals so far. And now Luis, he has been able to scare Surf out of challenges, and the reason why is because all his 50s have been perfect. Every time Surf has tried to approach the ball and tackle it over the top of LuiisP, he has not once taken control of possession, and he's usually put himself in an even worse spot. So now you see him shadowing, trying not to put himself in a bad 50, and instead he just watches as LuiisP taps it over the top of him, and Surf is finally going to score a first goal. He gets it in just before the halfway mark, and it's off of a LuiisP mistake, which is a great sign for Surf, because so far Surf had not been given a single opportunity, and that is going to be a tough game against LuiisP when that's the case. But there are mistakes that can come from the player in pink. Surf taking a power slide trip to the corner boost, and that is just enough of a window for LuiisP to challenge. And then look at this delayed touch. I want to watch from LuiisP's perspective. Did he do this on purpose? If he touches this quickly, Surf is actually going to help get the save, but he single jumps and waits till it pops up to the height of his single jump to side flip it in. That way it's traveling high to the net as opposed to trying to just rush it in low where Surf would have been able to get the save. Surf could really afford to get a kickoff goal here, but he's not going to. LuiisP still on boost. You got to imagine Surf is watching his path to see if he's going to be picking up any pads, but instead he picks up midfield. Just turns and challenges. Surf looking a little bit lost here so far. LuiisP carry. Surf pre-jumped off the wall and actually got away with it. I felt like not the smartest of pre-jumps because LuiisP wasn't really forcing the issue with his dribble. He was taking it very, very slow. Surf probably could have waited longer. But instead, he popped himself off the wall, gave himself a chance to miss, and luckily did not. But this is what I'm talking about, where every attack for LuiisP is eventually turning into a goal. Surf has not been able to break up any possession, and just going to be impossible to make a play when you cannot stop somebody's offense at all. Kickoffs are going to be really helpful. You've got LuiisP to own goal. Not really much of a choice there. That person who put a huge block of text, the copy pasta, about enjoying the stream, that was his first time ever chat. So, thank you. Glad you found the courage to tell me what your deepest, darkest feels were. Surf's first show match? No, Shangle. Surf's second show match. He has played against Scrub Killa before in what was a very good match, going all the way to Game 7. This is just going to be a best of 5. But it hasn't looked as solid for Surf at the start. And every time it seems like he might have worked himself out of defense, just never the case. LuiisP always has the right answer. Ball to air dribble. Able to get the reset, but far away from the net. Surf not going to fall for being baited in. Pre-jump by LuiisP. Surf just trying to take it over the top of him. And that was an interesting response to a pre-jump. Normally you see players drop the ball and try and make the pre-jumper awkward by having to land back down and get in the right position. Instead, Surf just said, I'll take it even higher than your pre-jump. But LuiisP able to get the touch. So 8-2, 30 seconds left to go. Not a great first game for Surf. If you take away the first half of the game, it did look much better for him. Both his goals coming here late. And I think LuiisP maybe only getting 3 or 4 since that moment. So still not a great sign. The path to victory is not available right now for Surf. So maybe it will be in game number 2. Anybody who bet on the Surf 3-0 sweep, unfortunately, you no longer have a chance of winning. Game number 2. Why did Surf get a game win? That doesn't make any sense. I'll take it away. Only LuiisP got a game win in the last game, and it did not look good for Surf. I think kickoffs might be one of the ways that Surf gets himself back in this series. If he does, great save. And that is just good for the mental when you can stop a magnificent play from somebody who's been on fire all series long. And now a first goal for Surf in a lead. That is great to get some confidence back, see a lead. Now Surf can, in theory, imagine a world in which no other goals go in for the next 4 minutes and 33 seconds and he wins. But we know that's probably not very likely. In fact, it looks like it'll end right here. Surf needs to control kickoffs basically perfectly, I think, against LuiisP. And here, he got a little overexcited. Thought LuiisP was going to be challenging him quickly off that kickoff, and instead LuiisP just reversed away, which made Surf's flip look completely and utterly useless. Which is credit to LuiisP because, you know, Surf, that is the right play if the other player is going to try and 50 with you again, but LuiisP is just too smart. Put himself in that spot.
No Twitch notification badge.
Yo, Swarls, thank you for the 47 months. Yeah, Twitch notifications are apparently rough. If you guys want to be perfect with notifications, I think Twitter is better, and I make sure I tweet when I go live. But yeah, Twitch is... Or they come really late. I think Twitch notifications have come super late before, whether they show up or not. They're not always on time. LuiisP catch at the midfield, flick and surf. This one has to be saved. This one has to be saved, I think, if you're surf. It wasn't that unbelievably amazing of a flick. Surf attacking directly on the ball as if LuiisP was going to freeze there and not flick it, but obviously he's trying to move the ball forward. He's got to try and be a little bit more predictive with that challenge. Now LuiisP, another possession with full field ahead of him. Surf has to end one of these. And oh my goodness, Luis. He sends him flying by the backflip flick. Launches it to the moon. Surf has been trying to get the right challenge, and even though this one looked solid, LuiisP had the answer. 4-1. Chat is typoing surf. It's, guys, I don't get why you think I might say that, because it's easier to typo it than it is to say it wrong in your head. LuiisP out of the corner. Surf. Nice 50. Questionable whether or not he'll be the one to come out with possession, though. LuiisP has the way quicker recovery. Able to pick up both midfield and back corner. So even though Surf got that ball out of his half, didn't really end the attack. Now that should end the attack. And there should be way more of these coming from Surf if you want to see a Surf win. Nice double. Oh my goodness. LuiisP, a great save. Able to catch just enough of it. It was a really solid attack by Surf. Right now, the way LuiisP is winning is he just has a perfect read. Anytime he's been able to get possession, he pretends like he can see the future with the way Surf is going to be challenging. He always makes the right touch. Always pops it over right as Surf comes to challenge, or drops it low as he goes flying above. And this time, LuiisP up in the air, notices Surf has not pre-jumped to come off the wall. He hasn't played once since the scrub show match. Well, maybe he's just turned himself around. He's given himself his copium. Now he doesn't need to worry about how the rest of the match goes, and he wins a nice direct kickoff. No direct kickoff. Hey, this is what I said. Oh no, LuiisP gets a save. Surf, you have to finish it. Oh my goodness. That was about to be a nutty save. Let's watch this from LuiisP's. Oh, he goes reverse too. Oh man, he just flips right past it. A pretty awkward recovery inside the net for LuiisP, but he almost made the best of it. Surf can't take this one to the top corner. LuiisP, what's going on there, bud? Oh my goodness, somehow he still gets the save. In fact, he's gonna get a goal out of it now. He baited Surf into thinking he was making a mistake, but he never is. No, he wasn't able to do it. Surf, a nice challenge. Single jumping to make sure LuiisP doesn't get a demo, and really great placement on the shot, but Luis still able to get there. And finally, a couple different attacks in a row that LuiisP hasn't looked completely deadly on. As I say that, he goes for this nasty double. Surf still gets the save though. Luis trying to milk it out right away, and Surf is there but with no boost. LuiisP, he's feeling comfortable. He wants to take to the skies. This time the wave dash pop sets the ball high, and Surf gets the save, but he can never get that second touch. LuiisP is always making it seem like Surf can get there too. I don't know if he's saving these touches to the moment when Surf comes to challenge, but it doesn't seem unreasonable every time Surf is going up to make a play. And LuiisP always gets the win, and that is just going to have to be the way Surf wins. It's going to have to be controlling this kickoff, which means if LuiisP wants to ice the game, he just needs to throw in some flicks, throw in some mix-ups, make it so that Surf can't stay consistent with those wins. And then I think we should see a LuiisP cruise to victory. Nice win of the boost in the corner. Now can Surf do to Luis what he's been doing the other way? Whenever he's gotten the big boost advantage and has had possession in the corner, Luis has always found a way to score. Surf tried to just catch Luis on a race to the corner, and Luis did a good job not to fall for it. Now power shot over the top. Is that enough? LuiisP off the crossbar. Surf doesn't have time to pick up boost. In fact, LuiisP's recovery is so fast. The flick over the top. LuiisP's going to get a goal out of this. Is he going to show us this recovery? Because the recovery out of net is the reason why he gets this goal. Surf felt like he probably had a moment to maybe pick up boost at midfield and still approach the ball and make some sort of challenge, or maybe even get a possession of his own. But instead, LuiisP is in and out of his net so fast that he's right back on the ball. And it seems like we're in for a potential domination from LuiisP. He's going to go for the pogo. And with 13 seconds left to go, LuiisP will be on match point. Surf's going to need to reverse sweep one of the best ones players in all of EU if he wants to come back and show he's ready to hang with the big dogs in the ones team. Says he hasn't played ones in a bit. Doesn't mean he couldn't turn it around. Game number 3. LuiisP looking to get a sweep, surely. The likes of which we haven't seen a bit on the channel, because I just happened to be looking through the match record recently. I think the last sweep we had was Wiz versus Spuda. And Surf, a good challenge and a great sign. A midfield challenge that went in the favor of Surf has just not happened all series long. And credit to chat, who is spamming his name in an attempt to help him. Apparently, your help has worked. And it's going to continue to work. Ooh, maybe not. Surf couldn't get the power on it. He's probably got to race it to net. Wait, LuiisP is actually out to midfield. He's left the net open. Surf misses! It's a little bit of an awkward shot, considering he didn't have tons of boost to get around it before taking it. But I have a feeling Surf, given a couple more opportunities to try that, is going to get the goal. Surf taking to the skies. Will he go reset? He will, but doesn't get it. And now LuiisP the other way. He is so solid in the air. Uses the flip early, and Surf gets the save. And LuiisP, an awkward recovery. This is really important for Surf. He is just going to rush it. Smart play, a goal for Surf. Well earned. LuiisP, who has been immaculate with every recovery, every single game, this time takes him a beat to get going, and that's enough for Surf to strike. Surf at the midfield, off pads, flipping away from the play. LuiisP, ooh, a bit of a weak shot from LuiisP. He has been pure in those spots earlier. This time, launching it directly at the defender. Oh, that bump, that'll finish it off. Wasn't necessarily going to be a goal after the first pop. Surf should have been the first one to get back to it, but just a little bit of bump on the continuation of the flip, and that guarantees it. LuiisP, he is moving and grooving right now. Does not seem to want to slow down. And that has eventually opened the net up for him. Surf needs to find a way to hold on to control better of this ball, especially when LuiisP is just trying to zoom around the map. He's got to get him to miss by going for some low 50s, some tight plays, and then score as LuiisP puts himself out of position. But what you don't want to do is take weak shots that separate you from the ball and give Luis an opportunity to be speedy. Nice challenge. And LuiisP is going to try and milk it out. He has very consistently been trying to milk out every one of those close calls, and it's hard to blame him because so far, in most close calls, he's had the beat over Surf. This time, Surf gets the save, and a great little recovery off of that save into the corner boost, and he will win the race. Up 3-2. He has been holding a lead for the majority of this game. LuiisP tied it up for a brief moment there, but has been Surf playing from control of the game like he hasn't had all series long. LuiisP, maybe a bit of a mistake touch, but Surf couldn't make much out of it, and he used tons of boost to do so, so that might end his attack. The backflip challenge is not going to work. This should just be a third goal unless something crazy happens for Luis. Surf has to know that that backflip is quite the greedy one. It's going to have to be a direct win into the net or a near perfect win to any spot when you use the last bit of your boost for a backflip. I mean, or you just thought it was going to be a straight up goal. This time Luis bumping Surf. Surf, that's not what you want to do. I don't know if he was trying to snipe the bottom left corner, but he had a good possession that he just handed over. He actually almost made something out of it by staying surprisingly aggressive, but now LuiisP in control. Using the ceiling reset. Surf, if he had a bit of boost, would have been able to win that race and get it on net in time, but instead it heads to the back wall. Surf thinking twice about the backflip challenge this time, instead letting Luis hand him the ball, but now he's once again low on boost and in Luis's half. That hasn't been working well for him when he's tried to stay in, but it also hasn't been working well for him when he's given Luis space, because Luis has played with space so well. This air dribble reset is not executed as well as he had been hitting the previous ones. Oh, LuiisP off the corner of the goal, and he still gets the save. I thought he made a mistake, accidentally ripping himself off of it, but he's able to play through the pain and still get the goal, or sorry, get the save. Now Surf is going to get a goal. That was a nutty save. It's not going to show us it. It was because of a bit of a mistake for LuiisP. If he doesn't go up the wall, I think the save is fairly easy on the other post. But a great recovery from what he did on accident, I assume. Now Surf, look at the placement. LuiisP able to send it crossbar and down, and that was one of the first beats I've seen for Surf, where both LuiisP and Surf are going for the ball, and Surf just gets a clean beat. That has almost never happened. And now, great placement. Man, these two are just saving these shots at the final moments, pushing them off the post and crossbar. In the final seconds, Surf looking for a long shot. He's found it. 5-3. 26 seconds left to go. Surf is trying to bolster up my ability as a match creator by not allowing Luis to get a sweep and showing that this was a potential tight game. He's got 15 seconds to hold off 2 goals from Luis. Luis, this wave dash, he's got to be just playing it way faster than that. Far too casual with possession in order to get 2 goals in the short amount of time. So he's got a chance to get one more. It'll hit the ground. Surf gets at least 1 game in the best of 5 against LuiisP, but Surf wants more. Game number 4. Surf got a quick kickoff goal, or I think a goal within 10 or so seconds, and then was able to hold off the comeback of Luis the rest of the match. Is that what we'll need to see again? Look at this play from Luis. It seemed like he pulled off the air dribble bump, went back to the ball, got one final touch, and then finished off with the air dribble bump it looked like he was going to be getting originally. So no, it'll be a Luis lead. So far, Surf hasn't come back from a deficit even as small as this one. I think Luis started up 1-0 and never gave it back in the past 2 games before his win. Had another close save by these two. Surf with only a pad. I like that pressure. Pushing out to midfield a little bit and forcing Luis to not take the ball back down to the ground, so he has to take his high shot, and wasn't able to connect on it. There wasn't tons that Surf was going to be able to do with how little boost he had, but he made a good use of everything he's got. Now, LuiisP, his offense has been stopped. He wanted the wall to air dribble. Didn't get a great touch off this back wall, but he's protected it and scared Surf all the way into his net. What a great save by Surf. Luis had a really good 50 setup, but not enough to prevent Surf from gaining a possession. And this has been the difference. LuiisP was able to hold on to every single possession in the blue half every time he got it, all the way until he scored. Surf has finally been able to stop him. That being said, LuiisP will take a 2-0 lead. Surf baiting Luis in. Luis not falling for it too much, but we've seen tons of these back goal line plays, like against the back wall of LuiisP, that Surf has been going for. And I don't think he's done a great job of holding on to possession with them. And frequently, they've resulted in really bad positions for him as Luis counters. He's got to clean up that last, I don't even want to say last third, last tenth of the field, right on the back wall where he's been trying to make these continuations to his possessions. Surf this time. Getting a nice demo. Not what he was going for, I don't think. Just trying to flick the ball towards the net. And Luis was in his way. Surf. Pinch towards the net. LuiisP able to clear it over the top. Nice bump. Great recovery, LuiisP. He has had really great moves after losing his first jump. One of those times was because he lost it himself. He flipped himself off his own post. That time, though, he's bumped. And he just finds a way to the ball. Surf, another good challenge. Not able to collect this dribble fast enough. LuiisP turns, takes it away, and scores before Surf can make it back. Surf looking for a kickoff goal. Luis. Nice save. Can Surf extend this into a bucket? That's not a great recovery on the ground. But he still has control. And I don't think Luis has been able to get the 100 yet. He will get 100 now. Surf just going to try and carry it away from him. Fortunate that he got the demo. That would have been a goal for Luis if he didn't. Now it's still Surf on offense. Tried to chip it off the ground over the top of Luis. Couldn't do so. Awkward landing on the post. Luis trying to bait Surf in. Not going to work. Surf back into net. And Luis outplaying himself. Right now, it's actually what's been working best for Surf, is being really, really patient and hoping that Luis just misses high. Because Luis has been missing off the backboard and crossbar the past few attempts. Not sure you can plan on that happening forever. That missed flick by Luis gets taken away by Surf. And now can Surf find a way to score off his backboard? No, the recovery from Luis is too solid, and a great catch. So now immediately he's threatening on Surf's net. Double jump is stopped by Surf, and the counter needs to be in. Surf will get it. He's had some trouble on these full field takeaways, but not this time. Luis. Oh, he got burnt. He got burnt. This just wasn't happening 2 games ago. Surf winning a race to the ball. LuiisP had been dominating him in that category earlier. 3-3. 41 seconds left to go. Surf wants a game 5. He's going to chip this towards net. LuiisP able to pick up his own boost and pop this immediately into a dribble. This is going to be a tough save for Surf, but Luis didn't get the power he wanted on. I'm sure he was trying to look into that top right corner. Instead, he dropped it in a spot that Surf could save. That's a great 50, though. Surf has the boost, and Luis doesn't. And Luis still wins. Surf thought he was going to be able to make it back in time. Looking at Luis, he had 26, was just enough to get the shot over the top. And 14 seconds left to go. LuiisP trying to make 50% of chat look correct by pulling off a 3-1 win. Surf needs to clutch it out. This is a pretty solid setup. Top right, Surf! The ice in his veins in the final moments. He needed to clutch out this play, and he absolutely did. A really good first touch to bring the ball right into the money spot where he can hook shot and place it almost wherever he wants to. He decides to go top right over the top of LuiisP, and that is successful. 6 seconds left to go. LuiisP doesn't even want overtime. Surf is going to challenge this right away, which is likely smart, but Luis is probably going to get a catch. And good pressure by Surf to be near the play and not let LuiisP just catch the ball. He had more than enough boost. If he did catch the ball, he was going to have a dangerous dribble play. Instead, Surf puts the pressure on, forced LuiisP basically to hand it over, but that might be the game right there. Surf, he dove too far off the kickoff. Got greedy. LuiisP is going to throw the GGs. It will happen in overtime. Thanks for playing. Got it in before he left. LuiisP 3-1, as most of chat predicted. GGs from both these guys.